59 that you're talking about.
Yes, it does.
It refers to the issue of quorum, and if you look at it as a stand, the quorum of 13 members of, in that sense, 12 national electoral commissioners and 1 chairman, making 13, it gives us about 4 and just another fraction, just about 5 people in that sense. So the youth, are you saying that it's just okay despite the fact that what we have at INEC now is different from what the Constitution says?
No, it's not different. You read that section again, please. If you read it, you'll see that...
I've just read it to you, Mr. Oluwole. I just read it to you.
At the time of the meeting. Yes, no, you did not read it.
No. I'm telling you now, because...
If you read it, you'll see it says that you're surmising, you're concluding, you're interpreting, you're not reading it. What it says, and its literal meaning is there.
Okay, maybe. Let me allow the lawyer here to talk for us. I'm reading from the point of view of let me allow the lawyer come in here.
Read it.
Mr. Ikeji, tell me from what Mr. Oluwole Osaze is telling us now that things are just okay with the way it is. Do you think so?
No, not quite. You see, no matter the amount of energy drink a tortoise drinks, it can never run faster than a lizard. You can't give what you don't have. And if you put something on nothing, it cannot stand. In other words, INEC, like you have read, that third schedule, part 1, paragraph 14, clearly uses the word shall comprise. And when an enactment uses the word shall, it presupposes mandatory action. It's a mandatory action. It is a compulsory action. And comprise in definition means composition, constitution. So for a body to validly act, it must first of all be validly constituted. If you are not validly constituted, then there is no question of going to look for quorum. You must first leave the realm of valid constitution, valid composition, before you go into the realm of quorum. Now, with regards to section 159, subsection 1, it talks about meeting. Meeting is different from action. Meeting is as in meeting.
When in a room, for example.
Yes, for example, it talks about quorum in a meeting at that time. It is different from an action, or it is even different from the fact of valid composition. Where you don't have valid composition, the question of meeting becomes an irrelevant question. Now, yes, I'm coming. Subsection 4 that he referred to is also subject to interpretation. And this subsection have both subsections, subsection 1 and subsection 4, have both been interpreted by a federal high court in a 2010 case, Action Congress Party against Professor Maurice Iwu and INEC. When they had 4 members, including Professor Maurice Iwu. And the question was INEC properly and validly constituted as at that time? And the court, Federal High Court, by Justice Liman, held that the INEC as a body must first of all get over the problem, the challenge of constitution, which is 13, that is 12 plus the chairman. You must first get over that hurdle before you talk about quorum. And when you are now talking about quorum, you're talking about 4, like you said, 4 fraction. And there cannot be a fractionalization of a human being. As a result, you equate it, you approximate it to a human being, and that means 5. And there is no way by any stretch of imagination that the present composition of INEC, so to speak, in quote, 7, can ever reach 5 as a quorum.
Because one again is that there is always an implication at every sentence of the Nigerian law or any law at that, there is an implication of the negative of it or the positive as it stands.
Yes, that is the loophole INEC is trying to hold on to take advantage of. The fact that the Constitution did not clearly state that the membership shall never go below 13 or 12 as the case may be.
But then, with what we have now, 7 members, does it mean that there are actions that INEC cannot perform if we do not have a complete composition?
INEC as a corporate body cannot act except it is duly composed, except it is duly constituted. I will give you an example.
At all?
At all. The constitution of a court, for example, if the law provides that the constitution of a court should be 3, that court must be constituted by that 3, without which that court cannot validly sit.
So are you saying that the current INEC that we have is illegal?
As far as the provisions of the law are concerned, and as far as the decision, the unchallenged decision of the Federal High Court in the case of Action Congress Party and Professor Maurice Iwu and INEC and others are concerned, the present composition of INEC is absolutely unlawful and unconstitutional.
All right.
And as such, most of his actions predating, well, let's say predating today, should be looked at with the glasses of invalidity and the glasses of illegitimacy.
All right, let's ask Mr. Osaze-Uzzi. Tell us, you've heard what the lawyer here says. I didn't study law, but tell me, what do you make of his reaction to some of the things that is on the table right now as regarding the composition of the board of INEC?
With due respect to him, I think the arguments are a bit misplaced. First of all, you say INEC is not properly constituted if it's less than 13. Now, at any given time, due to death, for any other reason, you may not always have 13. And it is in recognition of that. That is why the Constitution says, how does the Commission meet? How does it going to take decisions? You take decisions at meetings. And that's why Section 159 says, notwithstanding any vacancy or absence. And with due respect, that's the ACN case he referred to does not say what it says. It's obiter. It does not say what it says. There are 7 members of the Constitution of the Commission presently.
Well,
the chairman and 6 other national commissioners representing each of the 6 geopolitical zones.
He's also said that it's illegal.
And so 7, even if you use a quorum and say there are 5 people, 7 is greater than 5. Surely.
All right, just a moment. We'll hold your thoughts, Mr. Osaze-Uzzi. We'll make some clarification here because that's exactly what we want. We want a better society, and if our electoral system is better, we all will be better for it. We take a moment here on the program. When we return, Mr. Oluwole Osaze-Uzzi is going to be giving us some education because he's actually the director of voter education, and the lawyer here is going to be giving us some legal perspective. And when we return, we'll talk more. Stay with us.